my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never Captain Space. I won't stop till I hear him say, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never Captain Space. I won't stop till I hear him say, in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never Captain Space. I won't stop till I hear him say, 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never Captain Space. I won't stop till I hear him say, Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never cap in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never cap in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. 'Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never cap in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never cap in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la.
Yes, good people. Big up to all of you. And once again, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another edition of the Blue Morning Show. And today, specifically, we will talk about the Chelsea's home game, home FA Cup quarterfinal win against Leicester City by 4-2. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about a lot of comments from the manager, from the players. I haven't seen any new news items since yesterday, and that's because There's so much isn't happening when it comes to Chelsea Football Club. But that's, by the way, more importantly, I do hope you're all doing well. As you can see, I nearly lost my voice during the game. Um, that's too much risk, really, given the fact that I'm still actually recovering when from losing my voice after a cold. But that's, by the way, sit back, relax, and let's get into the show without wasting much of your time. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have 6 likes and we are 11 minutes into the show, so we should be doing way, way better than that. But more importantly, I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. No news items to discuss, but we will talk about reports from the players and the manager, try to make sense of what they're saying or what we can read from what they've said. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream once again. Shamelessly, we will continue to beg for likes. We're not a big account yet, but we're getting there gradually. And this from Bobby. Bobby, I appreciate you for finding the time to join the show this particular morning. I don't know whether my soundboard is working today, but let me give it a shot. All right, we're in luck. But I appreciate you finding time to join the show this particular morning. And we have Constantine done. Big up, bro. I'm losing my voice. I'm not going to be bigging up a lot of people. Maybe just say big up and move on. So I don't lose my voice. It will get worse for me. But nice to see you, bro. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. This particular morning, oh no, my icon changed. The other was better. Well, this is the one you get once you clock. You've been a year for. You've been a member, a paid member for a year. And congratulations. Congratulations. But more importantly, thank you to you for always being there for the community, for the Trust Perspective community, being a paid member. That's not easy. A lot of people will say it doesn't cost much. It is a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. There are some people that aren't willing to do that, even though they can, but it's not mandatory. You're still a valid member of the community, valued member of the community, whether you're a paid member or not. But more importantly, thank you once again to you for being a member for 1 year now. That's not easy. Coach Happy, happy impersonate coach. Stop impersonating Poch, so to speak. I am not impersonating him. I am me. But I know where you're going with that. You're trying to say that I'm not disciplined enough. Unfortunately, I do everything alone. So sometimes it can be very difficult. Sometimes I'll set a show to start at a certain time, thinking it was correct, not knowing I set it to start earlier, and then I have to postpone it. Yeah, these things happen when you're tired. But nice to see you once again, JC. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. I hope you're doing well. This is for you. Much respect to you. Let's see anything else. Nightbot is active, but I think if you're listening, Hassan, is that Bekic? Hassan Burkic? Apologies that Nightbot deleted your message. That's because you used more than 3 emojis. That was why he deleted it. Try as much as you can not to use more than 3 emojis and you're fine. I'm still working, trying to get Nightbot to be doing a lot of stuff and also to get it to be a bit more lenient. Maybe just want people if they use all caps, because that can imply that somebody is shouting. But this, by the way, not bad beat, a bit tired. So good, coach, on earlier. Okay, I do understand. We play around with brothers here. So joking is what we do. It makes the whole thing fun for us and not boring. Um, let's see. Jesse saying I am okay. That he's busy at work. I hope Coach Sim will not be too annoying with Poch Hollywood, and I just I just cannot listen. You just Okay, you just cannot listen. Okay, but Coachella, please stop drinking coffee. I must. I will not be able to function without coffee, bro. You know that already. Did you guys know that Starling's free kick, the ball eventually landed down under in Australia, was all over the news. I gotta respect that went through all the time zones in the world. Yeah, that was talk about ballooning a free kick or something, or scoring opportunity. That was an epitome of that um, two-word sentence. Is it two-word? Yeah, three-word sentence. But that's, by the way, nice to see you all. I appreciate you all once again finding the time to join the show this particular morning. And Rich Noni Maudeke is in the house. I'm gonna stop trying to big up people. I'm struggling with my voice, screaming for the goals and everything. And the bad plays from Chelsea players yesterday didn't help. Um, big up to you too, coach, and all the other legends in the with my job. Okay. With my big cup of tea with 1 teaspoon of sugar. Enjoy. Leave me alone. Stop the sugar talk. No, I appreciate you even more, brother. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Big up to you too, Bobby. What are your thoughts on Mudryk off the ball? In the last match. Could that explain why he was the first sub? Off the ball, actually, he did well. I think he stopped playing that much when he was moved to the flanks. And I've learned a lot about Mudryk. I've learned that I've come to realize that to keep him active throughout the game, offensively and defensively, you have to get him involved in the plays. So he was on the flanks, not playing as much as he was playing, not being involved as he was when he played centrally. So he started stretching, and now the manager has used that as the reason why he decided to sub him off, that he was tired. But I'm not the manager. Maybe he was tired indeed, but I really do not want to dwell on that. That's just my opinion anyway. Yes, people, keep dropping likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with, but more importantly, Bobby, I hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. People just saying hello to each other. So let's start addressing the items we have lined up. I'm trying to fix something here. My soundboard window is down. I'm not sure why that happens. But that's, by the way, Rich Money Makers also saying hello to people here. Much appreciated. We have 21 people watching, and 50% of that only 50% of that is watching the show on YouTube. But that's nothing. We're good with it. Just give me 1 second here. I want to add something on the screen to tell people. Yep, what they can gain from becoming a member of the community. So the first item we have here, Raheem Sterling has apologized to Chelsea. Um, Raheem Sterling has apologized for the penalty miss and says that he will be back. He adds that he will keep fighting for the badge. Understandable. Again, if I was at the stadium, I wouldn't boo him. I respect him. He didn't force us to sign him. We signed him, and now it's not working out. And booing him, I don't think would change anything. It's just bad reputation for the fans, but I wouldn't say bad reputation for the fans, and that's because fans will always be fans. That's what they're known for, to critique players, boo them when they feel like, yeah, they're not performing. But I'm saying, me as an individual, if I was at the stadium, I wouldn't boo him. As I said before, he didn't force us to sign him, and it's not it hasn't worked out really well. On occasions, he's come up big for us. We have to remember that. But fans will always be fans. And I hope he comes back. I hope he comes back. He starts fighting and hustling this for us, because that will go a long way for us. We need him. We need him to lead by example, but unfortunately, he hasn't done that. His biggest issue is lack of consistency. Every now and then, he pulls off some of the sort of performance you'd say, yeah, we signed us an excellent player here, and then sometimes in majority of the times he stinks up the whole place. Then you'd be asking the question, why did we pay that much money for him? But that's, by the way, let's hear your opinion of Raheem Sterling. No matter what you think of him, please let's avoid name calling and just critique him. If you feel like it's not, we've made a mistake by signing him, good, speak about it. Let's not go into name calling. Let's see what we see here. Jesse is saying it was not Raheem Sterling. It was not Raheem Sterling who was booed. People said he was booed off the pitch. Um, it was the mad decision to take off Mudryk. That may well have been the case ahead of Sterling, and it was his greedy decision to take the penalty. This is again politics and HR. Stop talking and perform. Yeah, on his end, he should stop apologizing and perform. Because the more you apologize and not live up to your words by performing, it gets worse. But I think that's a good player in him. Maybe it's up to the manager to find a way to get the best in him. But I'm thinking Raheem is the sort of player, before you see him he starts firing on all cylinders or performing consistently. It will take the whole team becoming well rehearsed, playing more as a cohesive unit. That's when we start seeing the best of Raheem Sterling. When we have less responsibility on him, when he realizes it's not about him, the team can actually do without him. So he comes in to be a team member and not be an individual that will be seen as the leader of the team. I think that will change. When that will happen, I honestly do not know. I'm not sure what you're saying there, but nice to see you, Remu. I don't like that first part of that's what the first part of the comments. Sterling, even in an apology, he started off with a cheeky Wembley bound first, but he at least apologized. In my opinion, he doesn't really need to apologize because for me, if he apologizes and not live up to his words, because he's promised that he's gonna continue fighting and probably would do well. But I hope he does well. If he does well, my club will do. It's simply my club will be. It simply means my club will do well. Bobby, big up to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join me on the panel this particular morning. Let's hear you, Bobby. Your thoughts on Raheem Sterling apologizing. I think it's the right thing to do. I don't know about you, but there's a risk that the more you apologize and not deliver, the issue compounds, in my opinion. But let's hear you, Bobby.
Yeah, big up, coach.
Big up to you, too, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care for Raheem Sterling's apology. I really don't. I don't want him at the club. What he did yesterday felt like sabotage. He was trying to sabotage the club. Look, this is very serious. This is extremely serious in that, look, we are in football, in Premier League football, you earn your money and you ply your trade at the top level by your prestige. And what gives you prestige is trophies. Full stop. Nothing more, nothing less. Your trophy cabinet. Real Madrid is a prestigious club because of their trophy cabinets. So it's not a joke. These guys are paid a king's ransom. They earn in a week what most people don't see in 10, 20, 30 years, some even a lifetime. So it's not a joke. It's not funny. I don't begrudge them what they earn, but I do begrudge them tarnishing the reputation and indeed the livelihood of the club. He's a senior player, highest earning player in the club at the moment since Lukaku's out, farmed out to his loan. And I don't find what he did funny at all. Now, we fluffed a major opportunity to win a trophy this season in the most ridiculous, unforgivable way. I still haven't forgot it. I'm still very angry about it because that was the sixth consecutive trophy that Chelsea lost at Wembley. Think about that. Six in a row. Six in a row. I get so angry at Pochettino talking, oh, we're back at Wembley. Screw you. Screw you. Going back and playing at Wembley is not a trophy. So don't even talk about it. Who does that at the top? Oh, we're back at Wembley. Yeah, I know the youngsters. Yeah, I know it's good for them. Yeah, I know it's a sign of improvement, but that's not Chelsea Football Club. That's not what we focus on. We only talk when the trophy's in our hands. Can you imagine 6 trophies thrown away? Okay, not all from this era. This one is the first one that was an opportunity both for the new team, for the prestige of the club, and so many reasons. It's not acceptable. So Raheem Sterling's performance, in view of that, is totally unacceptable. He should save his apologies. Don't want to hear it. Don't care about it. I'm glad he was booed. There were 2 reasons for the booze. One, the decision to substitute him for Mudryk, which after I must be fair to Pochettino when he explained why he did it, saying that Mudryk was stretching and things. These are things that we didn't have the privilege to see on television. Okay, acceptable. He's the manager. He has to make those decisions. I understand that. But why Modric was subbed off, and the fans that were emotional at the time were angry because of what Sterling was doing. They wanted him out of that pitch sooner rather than later. And indeed, when he did come out, it proved right. Carney, we've missed him. He's been injured for a very long time. He's coming back. You can see the qualities he brings. There's future there. Even Noni, you can see, although he's in flashes at the moment, just like Pochettino said, and he has to work on his off the ball game, which is what will mature him. But at these boys' age, they're developing, and they're doing well. At least they're scoring. Those chances missed by Raheem Sterling for a player that is not of his caliber, not to mention a player of his caliber, is just so unacceptable. So he should do himself a favor, keep his mouth shut, and perform on the pitch. Because all this, as you've rightly said, if he's apologizing, then he goes on the pitch and he doesn't perform, he makes it worse. At least if he says,
Then the next apology will be useless.
well, there's no need for an apology. That's when the booing, and because he's now inflamed the fans because he's opened his big mouth. Whereas if he says nothing and he goes on the pitch and he doesn't perform like we expect him to do, well, it's not something that we don't expect. It's just something that would be him. We shrug our shoulders and focus on the manager and make sure the manager doesn't play him. So he's not helping. He's riling the fans more. He's making us even more angry because of the consequences of what he did yesterday. He could have cost Chelsea. Do you know that after the own goal, they were on an upward trajectory. And if truth be told, that red card helped us. That foul helped us because that deflated them. We were going backwards, they were coming forwards. Now we don't yet have the maturity to deal with that sort of pressure when you're in those points of pressure in a game. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Yesterday, it was looking like we didn't until the red card. And that, if we had gone out of the competition, that would have been down to Raheem Sterling. That's not a joke. As it stands, I'm not overly excited because we had a massive opportunity to win a trophy. Now it's a lot harder. You just have to beat the 2 Manchester clubs, because I can't see Coventry doing anything. And just as is always, the harder of the draws will always be thrown at Chelsea. They wouldn't have given us Coventry. Oh no. But it is what it is. You don't give up your chances, and I'm not going into Wembley, as you saw from my responses to you, Coach. I don't really go into that with much hope, to be honest. It's a very, very difficult game for us to navigate.
It is. I actually wanted us to play Manchester United, but we'll see. We'll talk about that more. So let's give those in the chat the microphone and hear what they have to say about Raheem Sterling apologizing. I don't think in my opinion, I'm not in support of anybody booing any player. I'm not going to repeat myself, but my take on that, Bobby. Rich Moneymaker saying we miss Enzo Fernandez's the leadership of Enzo Fernandez yesterday. That's true. He may not be the most vocal when he's on the pitch, but he leads by his application. The way he applies himself on the pitch goes a long way for us. And that's, by the way, all the players that played gave a good account of themselves. Nobody was booing Mudryk. People were booing the club. So it depends on who you ask. Reece James Kingdom, nice to see you. Coach Poch has said in his presser that he knows better. He knows that he knows better, and fans should listen. That Hollywood was was anticipated. What? Okay. What he added was
No, coach, that's a lie.
just
He
one
never
second.
said that.
What was it? He said a few flash moments from players does not mean he is good. But go ahead from what you're
Yeah,
saying.
you're right. He did say a few flash moments because that is what we are getting, and that's true. These players, Noni, even Mudryk, they're at the moment because they haven't yet fully developed. They're still working on their off the ball work for the team, running back when the offensive play has broken down and all that sort of angle to help the team function better. That is very true. But he never said that the fans should listen to him and all that. He never said that. He said that his job is to make decisions that he feels is right at the time. And sometimes he makes decisions that everybody can't see. You know, he has to think ahead. He's not there to just do what the fans tell him to do. And I admire that. That is right. He's not there to be a pleaser of the fans. He's there to win. And if it means taking off Modric when the fans don't see that he's stretching and he doesn't want him to have any injury or he doesn't want any problems going forward, I support that. I think he's the right man to do that because that's his job. And sometimes people tend to feel they know somebody's job better than them. But he never said that about the fans. He just said that look, he's not there to just do what the fans tell him to do. He's there to do what he feels the team needs to be done to the best of his ability. He's there to be professional. Now, does he always make the right call? That's debatable. I don't think so. But sometimes he makes calls that we aren't always privy to see, and it may not seem right, but is right, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't have a problem with that at all.
Yes, thank you so much. Sincerely, do appreciate that. Let's see. Raheem Sterling, we've read that one. Let me hear what people has to say. People in the chat, what they have to say about that. Then we move on. To justify his substitution, he dragged Mudryk in the mud. This punch is one of the bottle and nothing special in this one. I'm going to say this. I don't think sometimes the way he speaks of players does come across as if he's throwing them under the bus. But that's, by the way, manager needed to protect him a bit, but Poch just let it play out more and more. Then after game, saying that he thought he had a great game besides missing a chance. I don't know what game he watched. I'm not getting his thing. As much as I'm not in support of anybody booing any player or isolating any player in a game where some people argue that we played badly, I don't think it makes sense. We have a lot of issues, but that's just my opinion. People, we all see things from different lenses. We all have different principles and deal with the situations differently. I wouldn't boo him. Some people would, and I don't think it's okay to boo him, but that's just me. Let's see. Is there any constructive, anything constructive about scapegoating one player who is low on confidence? Houston, like I said, for me, I don't think we should scapegoat Raheem Sterling. A lot of Chelsea fans are doing that, but scapegoating is different from criticism, more specific, constructive criticism. That's a different thing altogether. But thank you for that opinion. I don't think it'd be okay to just, you can say, be calling him out alone. There were other players who made mistakes also, but he was awful. If anything, I would blame the manager for letting him stay that long on the pitch because it was obvious that he wasn't performing. Sterling took the pen. Why did Gallagher not intervene? Yeah, the captain on the day. I don't know why, and I don't want to get into that. Being captain isn't just wearing the armband. But here's the thing. Let's start by saying Cole Palmer gave it to him. And there's some report I saw, maybe I'll still find it, where I think the reporter talked about the conversation they had before he took it. And I think the manager said something to the effect of the two players being friends from their days of playing at Man City. And he asked Cole Palmer for it, and Palmer decided to give it to him and all that.
Can I add something to this,
Yeah, go
coach?
ahead.
Because hindsight is a wonderful thing, and there's an awful lot of shall I say passing the buck, and people want to target the players they don't like and bring them into a situation that really should have nothing to do with them. That missed penalty was purely down to to Raheem Sterling and nobody else.
Oh,
The
yeah, no
fact that
conviction at all.
yeah, I mean, the fact that Palmer let him take it, yeah, he's a senior player. He won the penalty. There was nothing wrong at the time. It seems quite logical. He seemed quite determined to take it. And usually, when a player is determined like that, is because they are probably nine times out of 10 with their determination, they're going to score. Now, the captain who wants to keep team spirit and wants to keep everybody motivated isn't going to go and intervene. The last time Enzo intervened, it was because Sterling had recently missed a penalty, and the penalty we were about to take then was crucial to the game. So he thought, look, we better just let this guy who's on form take it. The situation was very different. I don't think anybody should be talking about the captain intervening. Yeah, it's easy to say after the penalty has been missed, but at the time, what if Palmer had missed it? Then what? What if the captain had intervened and
Mm,
Palmer had missed it?
let me
God
say this,
forbid.
Bobby. Let's have this conversation. Um, I'm not the sort of person that even if Raheem Sterling took that single penalty and scored 10 goals from the same penalty, I'd still come back to saying that it's an issue, us not having a designated penalty taker. It's an issue. That's
Yeah,
how I operate.
that's another
And here's where,
conversation,
yeah,
isn't it?
I think the captain should come in. But maybe the captain at the time didn't feel it's an issue, and he's still learning. The captain in question is still learning how to lead, Uh,
They're all
and and that's a
they're all
crucial
still
penalty.
learning.
They have to
And
consider the importance of the penalty in question. Go ahead, Bobby.
yeah, they're all still learning and they're all still learning each other. This will be a lesson now because I don't think anybody will need to tell him not to take penalties. I don't think Raheem Sterling will take a penalty unless he absolutely has to, um, or unless he totally insists and makes it such that look. It's going to affect the team if you don't let this guy take the penalty, which I don't support, but I'm just using as an example. It's a very difficult place to lay blame on anybody with that
Mhm.
particular scenario. However, not having a designated penalty taker, that's a different issue. That's an issue for the makeup of the players at hand and for the manager to resolve if indeed it is an issue. If there is a designated penalty taker, then it's easier for the captain to turn around and say, well, give the ball to so and so, he is our designated penalty taker. But if there isn't, then this issue can arise. And that scenario is down to the coach.
Yeah. Okay. It's a good conversation. And it turns out, again, from what we heard after that incident, I think I'm learning that we actually do have a designated penalty taker, and that person is Cole Palmer. It's just that he decided to give it to Raheem Sterling. But of course, who was it? I think it was Nizaki Sela took it and run with it. And the conversation became that, yeah, we didn't have a designated penalty taker. So yeah, the media and their and their ways, so to speak. Yeah, well, the
This
gods
is
look
why
like
we shouldn't listen to them, isn't it?
yeah,
They
I
always
know, but we
shit
have to
stir,
have a
don't they?
conversation because it's our job to educate the fans and
Oh
sometimes have a good
yes,
conversation and come to a sensible conclusion so that we can learn from one another. Go ahead, Bobby. You were saying
absolutely.
something.
No, absolutely, you're right. But this is just yet another perfect example of why we don't listen to media. A lot of these guys are mischievous, they come with their own thing. They love creating Chelsea scandal. They love it. Every little opportunity. And the attack we come under as a club is multi-pronged. It comes from so many different directions. Sometimes we're caught unawares and we get drawn into what they're saying. Like, with the Chelsea don't have a designated penalty taker. Well, you've put that right now, and you've said yes, they do. That the decision was just between the designated penalty taker and the other player. So they wanted to create an issue between the fans, the club, and the fans and the manager, that was a duty that has been overlooked, which would be quite negligent if it was. But it's not, and you're quite right. It's important that we discuss this because these people need to be exposed seriously by the fan base for the nonsense the seeds of poison they try and throw in our midst.
Yep, I do agree with you. Thank you so much. Let's give those in the chat the microphone. Catch up, and then we move to the next item we have lined up here. Let's see. Yep, in semi, and then Liverpool somehow lost. So now need to win the FA Cup to get into the Europa League. We can win it. I think we've shown that we can actually face. You can say battle Man City again, uppercut to uppercut, like Roger said on that day when that particular game ended in 4-4 draw. Gallagher is not a captain, simple as that. That is just your opinion, and I respect that. I cannot wait for Enzo to speak full English, yeah, in 2047, right? Poch, before the captainship reaches Enzo, it will take a while. Poch is an absolute wow. I'm not reading that. Starling, Starling on till the 85th minute. I didn't like that. I have to be honest with you. The player has apologized. So what's the point of going on about him? Listen, that's why we're here to have a conversation. We're fans. We have every right to discuss it. For me, I don't think he should apologize. What if he underperforms next time? Will he apologize again? Then it becomes useless to try to apologize. Those,
Apology not accepted. It's a useless thing to do.
so
Apologize. Yeah,
So
I don't
my
accept it.
point is, yeah, how I say it is this. I'm coming, Bobby. How I say it is this: stop talking, just perform. And this guy, overall, he isn't a bad player. I think he can perform. Something isn't quite right since he joined us. Even when we signed him, some people were arguing. When people were arguing that we should have signed Gabriel Jesus, and I said I think we signed the better player of the two. But I've realized, but for him to perform consistently, it has to, again, we have to get to the point where we're properly rehearsed, playing more of a unit. Then he is not an individual. He will be a team member. I think that's when he will start performing consistently. He's not come. He's gonna not gonna come onto the pitch as the best, maybe feeling like he's the best player, feeling like he has to lead, feeling like he has to score a certain amount of goals. I think that will help him a great deal. So I've realized that here he was as good as he was at Man City because the fact that Man City they have again they always have a cohesive unit. The more they play more like a team than any other team in the world, if you ask me. So that was that at the time masks Raheem Sterling's deficiencies. Yep. So it would take us getting to that level for him to perform and perform consistently. And unfortunately, I don't think he'd be here by the time we get there, if we're lucky to find a buyer, because finding a buyer, it's not going to be easy. Yeah. So let's see. Bobby, we know about the real issues, but it can still be called out. Yeah, we have every right to discuss the issues we're having. It's as simple as that. And big up to you too, Tommy Bryan. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Another apology is coming from Starlin. Starlin, Fernandez after the Man City semi-final. Yeah, watch out. So that's why I'm saying no need. Just perform. It's as simple as that. Stop talking and perform. And the more you apologize, the more people will take you for they're not going to take you serious. In my opinion. Good morning to you too, Jude. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding time to join the show. Thinking the game is done at halftime is an unacceptable degree of complacency. Not at all surprising from a man who seems to manage the team like his work stops once he has submitted his teamwork. Wow, that's some comment right there. So I'm gonna skip a few of your comments to try to get to the very bottom as soon as possible. And more important, I'm going to say hello to those of you that I haven't said hello to you too, Andy. Nice to see you, Wing John, Mr. John. Nice to see you. Good game, Chelsea FC. Constantine testing out some command. Constantine, as the captain, I'm going to give you some commands. Some people who have some commands to make the work easier on me. Doing a lot of programming. I have to stay up at night to program a lot of them. But I'm going to give you some command. Coach, you need to take that off. I will abuse it. I won't delete it if you do it again. JC saying, Bobby, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought the context of this Flax moment comment was to justify his decision of keeping Sterling on the pitch over Mudryk. If that was the context, I doubt it. He sees things. Bob, you want to respond to that before? I'm going to try to scroll to the very bottom. I'm losing my voice after
He
all
said the
the
context of
screaming
what?
yesterday.
I didn't hear all that. The
Okay, let me
context.
try and read it out for you. It says, Bobby, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought the context of his Flax moment comment was to justify his decision of keeping Sterling on the pitch over Mudryk. That pissed me off, really. I have to say that. If that was the context, I doubt he sees things.
I d- there's a sort of accusation here that he wasn't telling the truth. I don't think he was lying. I think genuinely he noticed Modric. You know, Modric is a young player and he plays in a certain way. And the last thing we need, and he needs, is any kind of unnecessary muscle injury. Now, if you see your striker who has been, you know, he got through quite a bit of work yesterday, Modric, and in the later parts of the game, you see him stretching, and you feel often, I mean, he watches this guy in training every day. So he's in a better position to assess whether he's tiring, to assess whether he needs to come off. Just like he took off Cucurella after a while, and because he realized, look, this guy's just coming back from injury. He's had a good game, but he needs to come off. Look, and he had the option to bring on Chilwell. I can't fault his explanation. At least he had one. You know what I mean? He didn't just say, oh, I took him off because I felt this was best at the time. You know, he had a reason for what he did, and a reason based on things that those of us watching the game at the time, in our anxiety for the club to win and all that, even if we're there watching it live, we wouldn't necessarily be seeing what he's seeing from his players. His job is he watches each and every single player on the field, thinks of his tactics. You know, they're not really enjoying the game. They're planning the game throughout the game. So I do have to beg to differ and accept Pochettino's explanation, because ultimately he made the right decision because the two guys that came on scored.
All right. Thank you for that, Bobby. I appreciate that response there. See, these players we have very soon, they will say we are finished and begun. But the man has to see you. I wouldn't boo him either. I will not. That's who I am, and I wouldn't change. That's how I operate. I just critique and move on. Reason Stalin got the boo because he was reluctant to come up. That's an issue too. He's experienced enough to know that yeah, it was. I think it was 2-2 draw at the time. Why take your time to come off? Breaking news: the Brighton goalkeeper coach pushed Sanchez on Poch to play against Leicester City, but I think Sanchez will not play against Man City. I'd be shocked if I see him guarding the sticks for us. But Rich Money Maker, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Gallagher is not a real captain, not his fault. Listen, I'm just going to leave it at he's still learning how to be a captain. It's not easy, really. It takes a lot to lead. I would actually like a captain if you have it to intervene. Got to read the game. Okay. And Reece James Kingdom says Palmer should take the penalty regardless. Sterling was having a horrible game. Already, that's a sign. But I think the first penalty, had he missed, you could say that opportunity that he got 1v1 with the goalkeeper before the penalty. That's when you say that's when it began again. Everybody knew. A lot of people realized that that wasn't going to be his day after he missed the penalty. So I wouldn't see it from that angle, in my opinion. Sterling missed like five of his last 7 penalties. That should maybe Cole Palmer isn't aware of that record. So I must give him the benefit of the doubt for that. Palmer has not missed it, but I think Houston, I don't think we'd have this conversation again. I don't think he gets the sense. I don't think Cole Palmer gives him that the opportunity to take the penalty when he's on the pitch next time. I don't think that happens. Coach, it is confirmed we have a designated penalty man. Yeah, I learned that yesterday. It is Palmer. He only chose to be generous with the ball. Now he has to be told not to be generous again. I think he's learned that, especially when it's Raheem Sterling. I don't think he'd give it to him. Except if the manager asked him to do so. Palmer was taking all the penny up. Good afternoon to you too, Peter. Nice to see you, man. Peter, your first time here. Welcome. Feel at home, express yourself. All we ask you is just to keep it civil. Enjoy yourself, brother. So everybody, please say welcome to Emmanuel Peter. Let him enjoy yourself. All down to coaching style, unfortunately. I guess you could say that. I tried another command there. Has it worked? Yeah, it worked. Okay, yep, it did work. Let's see. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom so that we can start discussing other items we have here. Nizaki Salah was a dog for his comments. He probably is probably one of such people who just want to make the club look bad. Brown envelopes. A lot of people call them that. Hey to you too, Mudryk. Nice to see you. Okay, somebody saying Chelsea is absolutely finished. Are you a Chelsea fan or you just here to troll? Sterling will cook versus Man City. He always does. No, I don't think he always does. Our first meeting against Man City, he didn't do well. I think he had to be taken off in that game, actually, in my opinion. Okay. And here he's saying, and Tayo, nice to see you. Big up, Mr. Tayo, bro. I hope you're doing well. I can observe that teams perform on the pitch by the spirit of their coaches. When you see Poch, wow. I've seen that. I've seen telling me you're going to abuse it. So, people, I'm sorry. I will scroll to the very bottom, and then I will try to address your subsequent contributions in the chat if need be. I appreciate you all, but I'm gonna say big up to my bro, my assistant, Santiago Muno. I've also programmed a special greeting for Santiago Muno, but not everybody will have access to the command. Otherwise, it will be abused indeed. So let's move on to the next item we have lined up. Santiago, big up to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Supreme Quad, so big up to you too. I hope you're doing well. Breaking news: we will get a 500,000 prize money for a loss against Man City. It looks like you're accepting that. Yeah, we've lost already, but at least we're gonna get 500,000 pounds. I want us to beat them. I think we can, which is we have time now to plan for that game. And I think by the time we get to play them, I think we'll be even more rehearsed and probably have a lot of better players available. Maybe Romeo Lafia will play with the mindset to show them what they're missing. So let's move to the next item we have lined up, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. 16 likes And Constantine 90, please, if you see that last command I used, can you use it again? I need to pin that message so a lot of people know how to like the video if they're using a mobile device. If you're on a mobile device, to see the like and comment options, all you have to do is just press and hold your screen for a few seconds, and then you see for just a second, so to speak, and you see the option to like, dislike, or participate. Leave a comment on the video. All right, thank you so much, guys. Good conversation so far. Keep dropping the likes, but shamefully, we have just 18 likes, and we are 55 minutes into the show. I think we should be doing way better than that. And quickly, to those of you who are watching, but for one reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the chat, just know that we appreciate you. And that's because we recognize that you watching alone does go a long way. But we want to ask you for one favor, one tiny bitty favor, which is to take a second and drop a like on the stream for us to help us garner more likes. And that's because the more likes we garner, the more YouTube algorithm will be triggered and be forced to push the stream to more people who be interested in the topics we have lined up. 19 likes, but I think we should be doing better than that. Thank you. And we've gained a few subscribers this particular morning. I think around 10 subscribers in total. We keep going. We're getting closer and closer to 20,000 subscribers. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping likes on the stream. Big up to you too, Santiago. Yep, nice to see him once again. Let's see. It works. Okay. Yep, thank you for that. Yep, announcement. It works. Let me see one thing. I want to check something here. All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Let's go. Coach, can you do an ad face announcement? I'm not gonna do that. I really do want to go to heaven, and I'm not playing. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Yeah. Let's see. That punch out command that's just give me an idea, and I'll take care of that when Bobby starts to speak in a bit. So if anybody does hashtag punch out, they will see the sort of response they get. Let's see. This can be a thing to make that bot spam. No, there are restrictions. It happens at intervals. I can set it to be every 10 hours, 5 hours. Future is bright at Chelsea. I know that. Yep. Coach is not a good fit. That's another argument. Hope that one really works. We'll figure it out. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 19 likes, but we should be doing way better than 19 likes. Once again, to like the video, just press and hold your screen for about a second. Then you see the options to like, dislike, or maybe comment on the video. We appreciate you. And please, if you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We have 50 people watching, and nearly 50% of that on X. And if you're following the show on X, we really want you, again, we want you to come join us here on YouTube. That will, you get a chance to win $50 if you're a student, as long as some of my friends here, JC, all of them remind me that I promised to give away once we get to the 28 and up. We need at least 100 likes. Yep, we need to get there. But it's usually difficult when we are streaming in this format. A lot of people don't know how to like it when we're streaming in this format. I have to be honest. You're giving me ideas for commands. I think I would do that. But we have to discuss and work on it together. No existing command with that particular. Yes, let's move on to the next item, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. All right, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank saying he thinks Cole Palmer has the IQ of the game, and he likes the game. He feels the game. He understands and takes the responsibility. The next step for him is to do that on a higher level. I don't know if you're in the chat. I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure you can see. I'm quite sure you can see the oh, you cannot. Yeah, we're not sharing the screen today, but you heard that I'm going to read that. Pay attention again. I'm going to read it out again. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, I think, says he thinks Cole Palmer has the IQ of the game and he likes the game. More importantly, let me remix it a bit. He enjoys the game. And Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank said he feels the game, he understands and takes a responsibility whenever he's on the pitch. The next step for him is to do that on a higher level. In my opinion, I think he's done it at a higher level. He scored a delicious goal for Man City. I think that was in the Super Cup, European Super Cup final. He's played on a higher level. I'd say I would like to see him do it consistently. But Bobby, let's hear you if you want to add to that.
What about Cole Palmer?
Yeah, the comment from Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
Yeah. I mean,
Go ahead.
Jimmy's towing the line. That's not to take away anything from Cole Palmer. But honestly, as an Englishman, I am very weary of these overt praises. Cole Palmer is an excellent player. He's a player that we value so much at Chelsea, for sure. But I think he's getting a bit too much praise. I'm not comfortable with it. It's something that we do, uh, 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 coach. This is very much, I don't know, maybe it's the same all over the world, but I think in particular in England, we and the media, we over big up ourselves. We over big up ourselves. And they do this, and then any opportunity they get, they then destroy. So, they'll big up these players, put them on a pedestal, probably just so they can knock them down. I don't understand it. It's something I never support. Um, and I'm a bit weary of it because, yesterday, Gusto rightly got man of the match. Chelsea Football Club on the fifth stand gave it to Cole Palmer. Now, Cole Palmer, as I said, he was very good, but in recent times, his first half performances have been a little bit damp for his own standards. And I thought it was time to recognize other players. Gusto deservedly got it, to be fair, from the TV coverage, Match of the Day, BBC. To be fair to them, they gave it to Gusto, and rightly so. But I thought Chelsea should have done the same thing because Gusto deserved it. And actually, in terms of his all round performance, despite the goal and the resurgence, Cole Palmer being Cole Palmer, I thought it would be good to take some focus off him one weekend and put it on somebody else just to encourage everybody. Do you see what I mean? So I thought it was a bit excessive. The 1-2 he did with Carney, yes, his footballing brain and his footballing IQ is top notch. The kid is an excellent player for sure, and he read it and saw it and played it well. But Carney started that move and finished that move and didn't even get a mention, really. Um, I don't know. I'm not that comfortable with that level of overt praising, sometimes to the detriment of others. And even when he and Carney were being interviewed, and Carney quite rightly was big up in his teammates and acknowledging his attributes, but the questioning was all to the direction of Cole Palmer. And Cole is a humble guy, and he was like, well, thank you, but Carney, did well. He finished off the move. He was trying to deflect it a bit, but it kept coming back to him. So that's all I'll say about that. I think if we love him, we will spare him sometimes the overt praises. That's why in recent times I've been pointing out little things like, oh, you know, um, for his standards, he hasn't had that great a game. I know he's coming. I know he can switch it any time in the game, but let's make him human. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Houston, I think we can find plenty of examples of where I don't know, but this is, I think, it seems like young players nowadays, they've learned from the cases of the likes of Freddie Adu, the young
Yeah,
American at the time. The hype, I think, led to his downfall. In
yeah.
Cole Palmer's case, he comes across as if it doesn't get to him. He's very humble. Um,
I hope he
Steve,
stays that way.
yeah, I think
You
he
know,
stays humble. He
sorry,
always,
coach.
yeah, go ahead.
So even David Beckham, you know, they big upped him, they made him into this mega star. They still do to some extent. But after England got knocked out of the World Cup by Argentina and he got a red card, my goodness me, they came after him like he was the devil in himself. They were making effigies and burning it of David Beckham. And he was only about 22, 23 years old at the time. That I don't like. And I'm very cautious when they overtly praise the player because of all these things that we can point to that have happened to players that we know and in our lifetime.
Yep, I agree with you. If you're a moderator, you can always do exclamation mark more likes, and then the announcement for more likes will pop up there. We'll add even more command, but there are some special commands that when somebody that has a channel joins, that it should automatically tell people to go check out their YouTube channel so that I can speak less and concentrate on hosting the show. Yeah, come on everyone, hit the like, and it takes just a second, press your screen for about a second. Yep, that's very correct, to see the like and comment options. A swipe up to go full screen. Thank you so much for saying that. Reach Amoni Makers. And the Supreme Court is saying Stalin just keeps doing Stalin things. Sanchez keeps sabotaging us, but no one is talking about how the CC has been costing us for many matches now. That own goal was absurd, but I wouldn't blame him. It wasn't. Sanchez was also shouldn't be where he was at the time. Yeah, but again, I don't want to talk about that on
Good.
goal that much. And
Sanchez was
go
Sanchez was
ahead.
completely out of position.
Yeah, and he
Completely.
shouldn't. Yeah,
No.
he shouldn't.
No, so
Yeah,
I don't really blame the Sassy for that too much. I think the Sassy's fault was that he should have looked up and noticed that. But this was all in a split second, and he was being pressurized significantly by Doku from all this playing out of the back nonsense. But yeah, it was Sanchez. Sanchez is a horrible goalkeeper. He's not good at all.
yep. Let's see what else we have here. Just need to surround himself with players to complement his uh surround himself with players to complement his IQ. Yep, high level already. Yep, he's played in the highest level already. I just hope he stays humble and realizes he needs. I think he says that every time. He needs to keep improving. That's important. I think the biggest issue for any player at any time. I think we had the issue with some of the players that won the Champions League with us. I'm not gonna name. I think one of them felt like he's arrived because he's won the Champions League, the UEFA Super Cup, and the Club World Cup, and led to him not reaching an agreement with the club for a new contract, probably because he feels like he should be earning the world because he's arrived. But that's just my opinion, and I haven't named name. So if you mention any names, I'm gonna skip it. So the mindset that you know everything is very dangerous, or that you've arrived because you've achieved something. It can lead to you not being able to achieve any other thing. Yes, celebrate what you've achieved, but know that there's still a lot more to achieve. There are people who's won the Champions League 3 times. Yeah, and has won a lot more trophies. That mindset can
I
be dangerous,
agree.
but I'm quite sure from what I've seen Cole Palmer, I think he will stay humble, and he often speaks about it, how he needs to keep working hard to keep improving. Go ahead, Bobby. You wanted to add to what I said?
Yeah, I agree. I hope so, coach. I really do, because the great players, maintain that humility. You look at Messi, he's underspoken, yet look at the accolades this guy has gone, but he's still, we have to work hard. He's that sort of player. Ronaldo, people say he's arrogant, and indeed he is. He has that swag, which is the bedrock of his
But he puts
success.
in the work
But
needed.
exactly. He's constantly working, and he'll tell you that. He's like, look, he hires a personal trainer. He's always on his toes. You must always be on your toes, and I believe Palmer will be that. But you're right. We have one or two. They win one Champions League, and they think all of a sudden they should be earning the same money as Lionel Messi, um, which is ridiculous. That winning one Champions League should ignite you to work even harder.
Yeah, yeah, that mindset when you get money, you want more. Don't feel like you're the richest person on earth because you get a million. You have there are people that are billionaires. Get there. Let the fans be the ones to say, yeah, you've arrived, and not your again. It's dangerous to one's mindset to feel like, yeah, I've arrived, and that's it. The CC has made errors, but so has every player this season. So, which brings us to Bobby Fairview's argument. I don't think this is as much as we say the same thing about last season. This is not the sort of season. This is not the sort of season where you isolate any individual players' performances. Yeah, we have every right to critique a player's performance, but don't go overboard with that criticism, if that makes sense. Adopter Sassi has done more errors than others. He's made mistakes, but it's easy again. It's not been perfect. Let's see. But like Carney said, he knew he will assist him. He told him
Yeah,
that before. Carney said he told him before the game that if he comes on, he's going to assist him because he knows his game and movement. They play together. For the young Lions,
Coach.
yeah.
Coach, I was just gonna say something about Bobby Fairview. It
Mhm.
really, I feel sad that I don't agree with the majority of what he says because, when you get to talk to Bobby Fairview on a platform like I did the other night, he is such a nice guy to talk to. He really is one of the
If you don't know,
best.
yeah.
He's such a nice guy, and even though you don't agree with him, you kind of pull some punches because he's such a decent guy. And
But
I just,
he's one thing. He's very strong-willed.
yeah, yeah, in his
Very,
opinion,
very
he's,
strong-willed. Yeah, you can't win an
he,
argument against him. Or let me say, he will never accept you've won. But
yeah.
go ahead.
I'm just like, I wish we could be friends because you're such a nice guy. I
No,
like
he
you,
is a good guy.
you
He
know.
is a good guy. Yeah. We all love the club. He loves the club so much, even to an extent where, wow, if if you make one mistake, he's never gonna forgive you. Go ahead with what you're saying so that we can catch up and move on.
No, I just thought I'll drop that comment
Oh,
because
okay, yeah. Yeah. No, I've known him
we're
for a
always
while.
opposing so much, but the other side of it is that I actually, as a person, he seems to be somebody that I would like very much. He
He's
really seems quite a
intelligent.
decent guy. Yeah.
Yep. He's intelligent, quite articulate with his opinions, but he's very strong-willed. Oh my goodness. I don't like arguing with him. He presents his argument, I present mine, and I move on. Because he will never accept you've won. But that's why we're here to learn from each other. Big up to you too. Aka, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding time to join the show this particular morning. Hit the damn like button, people. Beef up the like button. The like counts, people. We have 24 likes. We should be doing way better than that. We have 609 views in the back end. I can only see that. We have 53 people watching, but nearly 50% of that following the show on X. If you're following the show on X, you better come join us here on YouTube to get a chance to win $50 every month if you're a student. Nothing wrong with praises to those that are doing well, as long as the problems are properly highlighted. But I think if you paid attention, you'd understand our point. But the good thing is that the chap, let me call him that, as Roger would do, he comes across as it's not the sort of person that he's you can say his abilities gets into his head and he starts misbehaving. He doesn't come across as that. It looks like he has good upbringing. I'm not sure what other language to use. This is where a manager needs to walk it out and realize what he has to use. Let's see. Palmer was man of the match, and network. Okay, Gusto would have been if not for the goal. Gusto he's performing, but every now and then you still see something that shows you that he's still a kid. But boy, he's way much up beyond his age, in my
He's,
opinion,
he's just
in
turned
terms of
20,
his how he
coach.
applies himself on the pitch.
Yeah, he's just turned 20. He's just stopped being a teenager quite
Mhm.
recently. So I'm all for Gusto, 100%. I know he does make some mistakes. He does lose his man sometimes, but he will learn that.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And what a name! It's gold. Okay. It's gold is telling us that he actually voted for Gusto. The goal was something that happens. It wasn't an error, and defensive mistakes get pronounced. Even I think I agree. Wow, that's a delicious comment right there from a first timer here. But Palmer himself was missing for a lot of the game. Here's the thing: he didn't last. He didn't take. He didn't take again. It wasn't at just a few seconds or maybe up to a minute or so after I told Ty on the panel that Palmer is not such a guy that you wouldn't know what he's doing on the pitch until you take him off. But if you leave him, even if it comes across as if he's not playing, the next few seconds, boom, he gets an assist or scores a goal. He reminds me of Kanu Wankwo. He's that good. It's gold. Thank you for finding the time to join us. Enjoy yourself. Feel at home. Welcome to the Chelsea Perspective community. All we ask of you just to keep it civil. You're welcome. Enjoy yourself. Palmer want to have
Ah,
won't have Beckham PR issues. I
that,
think they've
that,
learned a lot. Go ahead, Bobby. You wanted to say something?
that's why I said that by his standards, he was somewhat quiet because his standards are very, very high indeed. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean to say he's not being effective, but he offers even more than what he was doing. So his quiet moments are good moments for the average player, and his
Mhm.
good moments are really exceptional.
Yep. Thank you so much for that. If an offensive player scores an assist, we'll always, yep, always get this, get the man of the match. Yep. Sanchez, yeah, indeed. Gusto has become one of Europe's best Premier League right backs. Again, crosses first, yep, passes first, progressive runs number one, passes into the final third first, assists a second. He has around 8 to 9 assists right now. Acceleration, okay, second, offensive dues, second. Bobby, quickly, let's talk about this. And people, after this, a few responses, but I want to get Bobby's opinion on this quickly. Uh, I think were you on the panel? I don't know if you again when you were here when Roger was it Roger that asked us the question what he's going to do when Reece James is fit, and I said rotation rotation.
Of
Because here is
course.
the thing: we have exposed Gusto to the world, and the
Yeah.
world knows how good he is,
Yeah.
and he hasn't even reached his peak yet.
Yep.
So if we cannot rotate, if the manager isn't able to manage them both, one of them will most definitely leave.
That shouldn't even be a conversation. We have
Exactly.
to
So it's about
we,
managing them both. We have to
yeah,
keep them both. I'm glad we have them
even
both. I
even
celebrate
yeah,
both.
even managing them both is not a difficult thing because I don't care what anybody says. Even if Reece James comes back ripping up trees, he's going to be rotated. He
Yep.
needs to be rotated because once you've had these sort of injuries, you have the proclivity to have it again, and he needs to be managed. He cannot be played week in week out and all that. No, he must be rotated. We're blessed that we even have that option to rotate. And indeed, the situation such that Reece James himself will understand that he has to be rotated.
Mm.
And, he's been away from the club for so long that if he has any atom of decency, I'm not even talking about his loyalty or anything, decency, he knows he owes the club his fitness. He owes the club a good couple of seasons. So rotation should be something he will embrace. And of course, Gusto, being a developing player, will embrace also. So I
Mm.
think on the right hand side, we've got quite a good situation there.
We should be celebrating it and not even be concerned. The manager should be able to rotate them and keep both happy. And probably by the time Reece James will be available to be playing week in, week out, we'd have Champions League football and other competitions. Even if we're done, he has to find a way to make it work, because both of them are so good that if he shows any sign of preference of one over the other, he's causing a problem for us.
Coach, it makes me laugh when Chelsea fans talk about, oh, we're out of Europe, we're not playing enough games. Look, the mere fact that Chelsea have more or less gone all the way in both domestic competitions, because, the semi final, no, at least it's not quite all the way, but we don't know. We might make it to the final. And even if we don't, that is just one step away, which means at the end of the season, Chelsea would have played at least about, I think, over 50 games. Over 50. That's a lot of games. It's not
Mm.
like we got into the season and played only 38 games. We've played a lot of games. So Chelsea is a club that players, as things get better, will play even more games. There's always going to be there should always be games to play at this club, always. And next season, with January's Club World Club Cup coming up, that's already an additional set of games. So there are games to be played and every need for rotation, especially to injury prone players.
Yep, thank you so much. And Santiago, my assistant in the chat, is saying, but on August 2023, some fans say Sanchez has better potential than Petrovic. I've always said we need to see Petrovic. I've always said that we need to see Petrovic. But at the time, we had the conversation and we realized, okay, you know what, Sanchez at Brighton didn't play that much. So the manager needs to play him even more to help him, you could say, regain form. Yeah, but at one point we realized, okay, we now need to try Petrovic at least to start competing with Sanchez, and also to see if he's the better of the two goalkeepers. And yeah, we've realized he's actually the better of the two goalkeepers, if that makes sense. Gusto has been fantastic. I don't blame him. I don't blame him, honestly. He's done well. Yeah, he's not perfect. He was beaten. As simple as that. That back pass was rushed and he was under pressure too. But again, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong that period. He was he overheated, didn't pay attention to where his goalkeeper was. He was under pressure, and his goalkeeper, you can say, was too further forward than he should be, in my opinion. But let's move on. It happened. We won. But we that's not to say we shouldn't talk about it. To be fair on the CC, the pump the player gave him resulted in that back pass. Yeah, resulted in him overhitting it. That's just the truth. And Chris Woburn, one day, nice to see you. Kachila, again, Lord, what has a Stalin got on Poch? For goodness sake, I don't know. In all honesty, I don't know. Mr. C, the CC needs to go back to the coal mines. Wow, we need Silver back. I would love to have a discussion with Bobby Fairview. I like discussing with him. Yep, I think it was suit the both of you. So I'm going to scroll past quite a few of the comments we have here and get to the very bottom. Apologies. So much to catch up with, and I can't do that as much as I like to interact with you. Again, if I read your comments only, that'd be the only thing we'll do for today. But yeah, we have to move on. We have other items to discuss, guys. My issue with beating up and stalling is that it's a secular firing. It's a secular firing squad. Fans shouldn't boo their own player. Yeah, I'm like that too. I just don't see the point of kicking him when it's down, and also right now that he's not going anywhere. No matter how you see it, he's not going anywhere. So people, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Apologies to the OGs, everybody in the chat, and some of you, if I haven't read your comments. Carlos, hi to you too. Welcome to the community. Feel at home. Express yourself. I'm going to move to the very bottom, and thank goodness most of the stuff there, people are just having a good conversation. I agree. Reece James has to be rotated, but after 6 months of no injury, he goes right back. Reece is the guy who owned Vinicius Jr. after he destroyed Christensen. Gusto better start a landing left back. I'm not going to see it like that. They differ, but I just don't want to start that argument of who's the better player. Chelsea, ultra nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I'm just going to say hello to those that I haven't said hello to, and then get to the very bottom. It Dietzman, good luck beating Man City. Let's see what happens. You never know. The game is played over 90 minutes and not on paper. I hope you understand that too. Poch says Starling has about 12 years experience in the Premier League. I do think owners want him played to attract sales. That's a possibility. Yeah. Chelsea undefeated in 8 games. Not bad. Not bad. The positive, as I did say yesterday, is that our home record has improved significantly, given the record in the past 2-3 years or so. I think 2 years we've been awful. I can't even scream.
Yeah,
I'm
I
losing my
think
voice.
everybody, even the BBC pundits all recognize that there has been an improvement with this Chelsea team. The home record, overall performances, individual players. There is a upward trajectory. They're getting better.
Indeed,
They're
yeah,
not getting worse.
yeah.
Um, so, in that sense, can we say Pochettino's the right guy? I don't really want to put my neck out on that till the end of the season, but from what I'm seeing, you can't say he's done everything wrong. There's still room for improvement from him, but he hasn't
He's
had
not
the
been
best of
perfect.
cards. Yeah, he hasn't had the best of cards to deal with in the first place. And the fact that the team is actually improved, it's some credit to him. And if he does well, if by some miracle he wins a trophy, he's going to be with us next season. That's certain.
He doesn't even need to win a trophy, and I've explained that. I don't know if you want me to explain why, Bobby.
Yeah, I can understand, but it's good for
Yeah,
you to explain for the audience because I
statistics.
agree with you.
Yeah, statistics show that had we been clinical in front of goal, and that's not me to say, I would tell you he's the right man for the job now, given that we have a lot of young players, and he has the pedigree. He's known for nurturing young players, and that's not even a secret.
And he's actually nurturing them. You can
He's
tell he's
nurturing them.
nurturing them because they're
Where I
playing for
have a
him.
problem is long term. Is it the man long term? I've said clearly I don't think he is, because I strongly believe that when it matters, he falters against the top talents in again top notch elite managers. He struggles to cope with their you can say them changing things around in game and all that. Here's the
And
thing.
in critical games, as he showed in the Caribou Cup.
Exactly. So going back to why I think the owners, he doesn't even need to win the FA Cup to stay. That doesn't mean they again there aren't other reasons why they may after the review say I don't think you're the man. But numbers or statistics show that had we been clinical, if we've been clinical in front of goal, we'd be in the top 6 right now.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
no secret that the owners, they are big believers in numbers or statistics, if that's the language you prefer. Even
yeah,
one of the directors said something in public. So we've just been unlucky.
yeah.
So that's not to say that they're not going to find other reasons why they look at the things and say, yeah, it's not really working. Chances are they even look at it and say, yeah, I get it. Numbers or maybe statistics show that, yeah, you did your best. Execution has been our biggest issue. But at the same time, you've not been quite lucky. But you get
Yeah,
my point there.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Mhm.
And that is the truth. I don't think he's had much luck, to be honest. And he is a development manager. And I think, in terms of developing young players, he's probably one of the best in the world. And he's what we certainly need right now. So while these kids are basically learning their trade, he's the best person to be there.
He
But
is.
but when they do become that unit and they mature, I think there comes a time where we'll have to look for that elite finishing manager in the likes of Klopp and Guardiola and so on, and they're not that easy to come by.
Yeah. Yep, they're not that easy and probably won't take our job until these players are ready. Yep. But Tobeho, please go check, guys, go check out Tobeho's YouTube channel. And Tobeho, I think you scheduled the show. If you don't mind, share the link to that particular show so people can go check it out. And unfortunately, you scheduled the show on the day school starts. What's it called again? The break, a spring break is over. My boys will start school today. So after the show, I'll be taking them to school. And if I come back and you're still streaming, I will most definitely jump on your panel to fight you a bit. Let's see what else we have here. I was the Sicilian by the Chile, the defensive parent that almost gotten Monaco relegated. I can't quite remember. Our directors are either not a football men or they are not making the decisions. I'm not too sure. I call it a sightseeing, and I have to give a sideshow Bob his flowers. He was excellent. I told you I love him. I will never give up on Cucurella. He's if anything, why do you think Pep wanted him? Yep. No, he's not the right man. He needs to improve, please. Okay. Pochettino was dealt a terrible hand. I've been saying it since the season started. I still want him out because of his weak mentality. Okay, so I'm going with the watch the last part of your comment right there, Coachella. Flip flop, go away. Think was I don't like you, bro. Look at you, and you don't flip flop. Um, I think we need to be patient with Poch and this team if we want stability. Not up to me. Not up to me. We're bossy. Let's see what happens. And Lloyd Passion, nice to see you. I think Lloyd, I think this is your first time here. Welcome to the community. We appreciate you. Feel at home, express yourself. All we ask of you is just to keep it civil. And thank you so much for joining us this particular morning. Unless we're convinced we will get a different profile of manager, Poch needs to stay until the average age of the squad reaches 25. That may well be the plan with the owners. Because here's the thing, the owners, you can say, let me just leave it at. They learned a lot of lessons from the sort of they say the 1,000-year contract they gave to Graham Potter. In Pochettino's case, they gave him just 2 with an option to extend it to a further year. So even if he does well, they'd be able to extend it for a further year. So I think we don't know their plans. We can only speculate. Coach, that's the argument. He bottles a lot and is slow in management. So if he wins a trophy, then he didn't bottle it. Do you believe he will win a trophy? I'm not confident. I have to let you know. I'm not confident he has a chance to win one right now. That's a first for everything. There's a chance he shocks us all. But let's find out. Let's find out. Why just delay the inevitable? Because probably, maybe, that's just me speculating, maybe there's no elite manager would take the job right now. Yeah, I'm quite sure you've seen that report to the effect of Mourinho responding that the Chelsea now isn't the same as Chelsea before, which means to me it's reflective of the fact that even if we try to reach out for him to come take the job now, he will not take it. And so he probably will wait until the team matures. And if he comes now, I've always said this, he probably demanding the owner sign a lot of maybe aging players or more experienced players, which will lead the club spending a lot of money, and we don't have that luxury right now. Thank you so much, Lloyd Passion. He must win the FA Cup to get my faith to get back again. Let's see if he's able to win it. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, please. I'm not scrolling. Who's that person there asking me whether I like whatever he's saying there? Coach, I really don't want to restart that statistics argument again. We have been having it for 18 months. No, we're not arguing. I'm just saying how the owners, they see things differently than us, and you know that. So yeah, the fact that one of the directors said that publicly, said that we're just unlucky. You have to live under the rock to think that he has to win the FA Cup to keep his job. But also at the same time, we have to also realize that at the end of the season, he'd have just a year left on his contract, which means letting him go will be easy, which in turn means if the owners see any manager out there available that they believe would do a better job than him, they just let him go. It's as simple as that. But that's, by the way, I'm going to try to get, and Tobeho has shared the link to the to a show scheduled for later today. Please, let's go check it out. Be sure to leave a like, and I'm gonna redirect this particular show to that show so that we all can go drop a like, and more importantly, follow the show. That will go a long way. Honestly, we should be competing for top four if our squad was good enough. However, they are not, and the manager must deal with it without making excuses. And I'm going to say something I've said before. Before he put pen to paper to become Chelsea manager, they told him the direction they're going, and he accepted it. Probably, most definitely, promised them he will deliver with the squad before they gave him the job. I'm quite sure he was probably briefed. But that's a different argument altogether. So he shouldn't be saying the players. I haven't heard him say the players aren't good enough. If he says that, I think most likely he'd lose his job. Yeah. Even if they didn't want to fire him. With our left back, one cannot defend, and other cannot move the ball forward. Very subjective, but both of them have not been good enough. Yeah, but at least they complement each other. But it doesn't matter if the both cannot be on the pitch at the same time. The board fire is suspended again. So sorry, people, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. I'll try the best I can to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. The worse it gets, the more the virus goes. We have knocked out Newcastle United. Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. Bros, flip-flop. Like the catfish I ate recently. Look, you and I are going to fight each other right now, and I'm serious.
Coach,
yeah.
Sorry, I have to drop for a few minutes.
No
I've got
worries.
a nurse at my door for some medication. Hopefully
All right, I
can
hope it
come
goes
back
well,
soon.
brother. I appreciate you finding the time to be with me on the panel. That means a lot to me.
Hopefully I'll come back soon.
All right, no worries, bro. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Let's see, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. Let's see. What am I doing? What's happening today? So I'm not too sure. But I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's see. What else do we have here? Poch had years. Poch had years to develop Spurs and 1-0. He even managed to lose League One. Did he? I think he won League One. Mbappe, Neymar, Verratti, Prime, Marquinhos, Prime, Thiago Silva, and all the names you've mentioned there. Did Thiago Silva get to play under him? I didn't know. I honestly didn't know Silva got to play under him. You're correct, my brother. He doesn't need to win the FA Cup to stay. He's not our guy, but we have no choice. But I think Nagelsmann or Tuchel can do this job. Tuchel coming back, I'm not sure the possibility of that happening. Nagelsmann, I didn't think things ended well. He pulled out, and there were some sort of back and forth from his camp to the club's hierarchy. For me, that was the problem. So I don't see that happen. 70 people watching, 72 people watching, only 46 on YouTube. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. To drop a like, all you have to do, leave the guy in the chat, whatever he's saying. I'm not going to highlight his comment. Leave him. Just let him say what club he supports. I would say, Rich Moneymakers, I would say leave him. He's providing value to the community. The more he's there, the more views. If he's spamming, ban him. If he's not spamming, leave him. But thank you for deleting that. Let's see what. Yep, thank you so much for that comment. Breaking news: our marketing team are using the Chelsea women success with men's success to get more sponsorship deals. I think we have the connections. Give me 10 minutes. I am coming in. Okay, bro, take your time. Take your time. I understand you're busy. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping likes on the stream. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. Yeah, Rich Money Makers. He's sugar high. I'm trying to connect my soundboard here, but okay, there you go. I think it works. right now, but he will go off again. It's not working consistently, probably because of those guys in the H place emitting heat that causes a problem. Yeah, we've talked about that. The next item, quite a lot of comments from the manager's presser. 28 likes. Let's beef up the likes, people. Let's get the likes up. The likes to go a long way. This particular comment, okay, Mauricio Pochettino, pay attention because I'm not sharing my screen, so probably you're not going to see it, but I'll try my best. Mauricio Pochettino, it's true that we are close. You and who close, I don't know. I really believe that we can use the last 10, 11 games to get good results. I don't want to repeat the process from the beginning of the season. Build a squad that is more consistent. And I know he's capable of doing that, but that's besides my argument of him. Whether he's the again, I don't want to talk about my argument of him. You can say my opinion of him anymore. We need to find out a club. Okay, you're having a conversation there with Leighton, Rich Money Makers. This says Mourinho would have won them the FA Cup in just one shot stint. If Levy wasn't stupid enough to to sack him, yeah, that's crazy. Really, I couldn't believe. Yeah, was it the day before a final or on the day of the final proper? I just don't remember, but yeah, good thing they fired him. At least they haven't won anything for 1,000 years, like right now. So I'll take that. So another comment from Mauricio Pochettino. Maybe I should share my screen. Let me see present, but it's going to be tiny. Except if you're using a mobile device and you swipe up, you go full screen. It's actually beautiful when you go full screen on a mobile device. Just give me a second here. Okay, that's the window there. So I'm glad they fired him. So I don't know if you can see the screen. Let's see. I don't know. Probably too tiny. But this here says Mauricio Pochettino, they need to trust in the club. If I am here, it is because of the fate of the club. If I am here, it is because the club thinks it's good for the club. Yeah, I'm right now, in my opinion, you are the man for the job. And I'm not going to change that. But long term, that's where my concern lies. But I don't want to get into that. I hope people understand. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's see what else we have here. Thank goodness they fired him. Yep, I like that. So who is the right person to take the job? Because we are tired of managers who are coming to take us back to number 10 or to his. I'm going to say this. I haven't started looking beyond Pochettino. And if you ask me why, my answer is simple. And that's because I know he will probably, most likely, be here till the end of the season before the owners decide what to do with him. And I'm serious. And that's just my opinion anyway. You're entitled to yours, but I feel like that's going to be the case. Yeah. But we'll see. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Mourinho is a master at cup games. Yep, he is that. Even he knows how to win. But I don't think the relationship will last. He will come, win us a trophy or two, and then we'll fall out again as usual. Mourinho got lucky he got sacked before then because he can now cry foul. Spurs really should have sacked him after the final. Yeah, but they're crazy. Yeah, you shrunk, not me. All right. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Just give me a second here. We've gained a few subscribers this morning. I think nearly 15 subscribers in total this was a particular morning. The likes is just 30 likes. You can do way better than 30 likes. So if you haven't, please do take a second to drop a like on the stream and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't. All right, let's see what else we have here. Hi, coach. First in from Mr. Sterling. I should get out of my club. He is the worst. Yet Poch keeps defending him. He had to. you hardly see a manager come out and say that a player is bad. You, I don't see. Again, if you do that, then I think a lot of players would dread playing for you. But that's just my opinion anyway, if that makes sense. Plenty of quality managers out there, but not easy to get them. What club do you support? Okay, asking somebody. He will be here to the end of the season for sure, unless it gets really, really bad. Yep, that's when he gets fired. Yep, this is and if you're on a mobile device, press and hold your screen for a few seconds to see the like, dislike, and comment options to make it easier on you. Let's see anything else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Sincerely do appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular morning. Mauricio Pochettino here saying he's not here. He's not here to do what people want. Also, he's not stupid. I'm gonna say here something here, two things. Partly he's here to do what people want, but maybe he should say he's not here to please people. He's here to do his job. Maybe that will make a bit more sense. You're here to do what people want. People want you to win trophies. People want Chelsea to be in the top six. So you're definitely here to do what people want. So that's why I say maybe he should start talking less. Because the more he talks, the more he says things that people will look at and go, what is he saying? Even when he doesn't mean to come across that way. I think he shouldn't say he's not here to do what people want. If you make that argument, I'd remind you that people want you to win trophies. People want us to be in the top six, and that is your job to do that for us. Maybe again, he maybe we can if he should phrase it differently and elaborate even more. I'd rather him say that's just my opinion anyway. I'd rather him say he's not here to please people. He's here to do his job and help Chelsea win trophies and do well. He's here to do whatever he needs to do to help us win trophies and do well. Then it's complete. So, but the truth remains, you can still argue a language barrier is an issue here. Uh, I think it makes sense to argue that, but I think he should speak less if that will always be an issue. I cannot believe he subbed Mudryk and left Sterling on the pitch. Yeah, that really got me mad. Big up to you for the viral videos. I hope you're doing well. Pochettino obviously would defend Sterling in the press conference. Yeah, I'd be shocked if he comes out and say, yeah, Raheem Sterling was awful. I don't expect him to do that, so I don't have a problem with him defending him. But even though I'd say, what game was he watching? At the same time, I will only ask questions as to with regards to why Sterling stayed as long as he did on the pitch. I will not question him defending him. That's the manager's job. Even the best managers in the world defend their worst players on the day. It's a way of protecting them to reduce the amount of pressure that you can say befalls them after such awful performance. Yeah, so but part of protecting him also again part of protecting Raheem Sterling involves taking him off earlier and not leaving him on the pitch as long as he did. I don't think we will get relegated with 39 points. I'm not even think I don't think we'll get relegated. I think that's not going to happen actually. If anything, I think we'll finish higher than where we are right now. Words are powerful, and he has no idea how to use them. And no, it's not English. He means what he says. Chances are that's the case, but there's no way to confirm. I don't live in his mind to find out whether that was exactly what he meant to say. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We have 31 likes, but we can do way, way better than that, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. 940 views in the back end. And yep, and right now we have 65 people watching, nearly 50% of that on X. Appreciate you all, people. I don't judge Poch on everything he says. His English is an amazing. I think that's another way to see it and to be objective when you judge him and be fair too. If we didn't have bombs like wow at our CVs, we'd concede way less. Wow. Last season, Leicester City got relegated with 34 points. I think we will garner a lot more points there. Pochettino should have stopped both Mudryk and Sterling at the same time. In again, his subs both scored. Yeah, give him credit for that. We have to give him credit for that. Yep. Coach, why do we keep such an excuses for Pochettino on this channel? Here's the thing, because we try to be objective. We try to see things from everyone's own lenses or perspective, if you prefer. But that's how we operate here, and you know that. Uh, it happens too often and over the top. I don't like you anymore. You're not my brother anymore. Um, let's see what else we have here. Just give me 1 second here. I don't expect him to defend him, but don't say he had a great game. Yeah, maybe don't say that. Yep. Both solid and Poch. Let's see, Coach. Do you still trust Pochettino? Uh, you. I'm quite sure you don't live under the rock. Yeah, maybe. Let me just say this. Let me get my point across again one more time. I think right now he is the man for the job, right? He's the man for the job. Do I think he's the man for the job long term? I'd say no. Probably the owners probably view it the same way, which was why they gave him a 3-year contract. Again, with an but he's on the two right now, a 2-year contract with an option to extend it by a further year, which means that they weren't too sure when they were hiring to. But once it is starting, probably they respect his ability to nurture young players. Beyond that, they're probably not too sure. And that's just my opinion anyway. I don't know what's going to happen. But in my opinion, if you ask me, I'd say he's not the man long term. Let's see what else we have here. Coach, with the chat members having a go at the CC, most of them seem to be coming from streams of Einstein School of Football. Oh my goodness. I'm not talking to you again, JC. Just go away. All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. 62 people watching, only 34 on YouTube, but we appreciate you. I'm happy he got the message that the fans are watching him. As per the Mudryk substitution, his offense was a good one, but he knows the fans are watching every. Yeah, at least let that message again. Let him bear that at the back of his mind. Actually, I could care less what he says. I just want results. I think that's the best way actually to see it. Yeah, just perform. It's as simple as that. Please go and subscribe to one of our members' YouTube channel. Let's help him get to at least 100 subscribers as soon as possible. He needs to get there to be able to do live streams, and we can help him do that. Supreme Quads, funny viral videos, all of you in the chat, really blessed. All of you, the Chelsea 1234, all of you in the chat, please go subscribe to Jude's YouTube channel. Let's help him get to 100 subscribers so that he'll be able to do live streams. That will go a long way. Constantine, wow. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to delete that command right now so you don't use it again. I'm going to delete it really. Flip-flop is Supreme Quads. Go away. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. I pray Chelsea win the FA Cup. Avan Evans, I hope we win. And Avan Evans, it looks like this is your first time here. We appreciate you for deciding to join us and be with us in the show. Thank you so much. We sincerely do appreciate you. All we ask of you is just keep it civil, feel at home, express yourself. Here, yeah, your opinion matters. So thank you for joining us. Tubeho, before we move on, I want to hear from you. Anything that you've heard us discuss that you want to talk about, let's hear you, bro. But more importantly, big up to you.
Yes, big up. There's no echo now.
No echo, perfect. Probably you're closer to your microphone, and you've done some stuff to reduce the echo. So yeah, good work.
Thank you very much. Yeah, big up, coach. Big up to the chat. What a victory! I know it was not easy yesterday. Almost had a heart attack because of our defense. First half, we played very well. In the second half, we were so sloppy, sleeping on the pitch. I don't know what happened, but Our players showed a fighting spirit, which we want. So overall, as I said before, our home record is good now. It's good enough, but we still need more. Now we demand clean sheets. I know our attack are improving, but we want clean sheet. We can't concede 2 goals each and every game. It's annoying.
Mm.
So overall, I'm happy with the performance. What a victory. One thing I'm pissed off with is just Mauricio Pochettino taking off Mudryk when he was having fun. But regardless of that, what a win. We go to Wembley. That's it.
Yep, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Any other thing you want to talk about? You can just keep the chat people in the chat busy with that so that I want to take care of try out a new command as soon as possible. If you can, if you're still there. Just keep them busy with what you have to say. Let's see what else we have here. Please keep them busy. Any other thing you want to talk about the game? Please go ahead. I want to do something here.
Okay, no problem. Man, Sanchez, please let him be our number one goalkeeper, and that's it. Also, I think Sanchez and Petrovic at the moment are not good enough. So let's say in the third season under this ownership, we need another world-class goalkeeper in order for us to challenge for trophies. Petrovic, yes, is a good stopper, but his passing ability sometimes they give away a lot of pushing. Sanchez is shaky. He was so shaky yesterday. Even during corner kicks, he was just flying like a Spider-Man, doing nothing. Man,
Flying.
I was so I was so annoyed. With Sterling, I don't want to talk a lot about Sterling because everyone knows how I feel about Raheem Sterling. I didn't want him at Chelsea, but at the end of the day, he said at Chelsea we need to support him. Yesterday's performance was horrible by him. If he starts other games, he need to do better, improve, so that the fans can back him. At the moment, fans don't love him. You see, they're booing him after the game, which is not a good thing. You might not like the player, but don't boo the player. It's not
Yeah,
helpful.
I was gonna
Come
ask you
on.
that. What do you make of the fans booing him? I don't think it's okay, really.
Yes, it's not okay. Even Lukaku, they never boo him when he was doing bad things, bad interviews and stuff. They never boo him. So I don't understand why our fans are booing Raheem Sterling. Man, we should stop that. We're killing our players' confidence. And the next game we're facing Manchester City, and we need him in that game. He's a Man City man. He know how to beat Manchester City. He almost did it twice. So overall, our fans need to do better by not doing that.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. And Lloyd Passion is saying here, if we want clean, I like the spelling there. If we want clean sheets, then Sanchez has to sit on the bench. I agree. But yeah, the spelling there is hilarious. Feeling okay to be, he's fine. I think I like his microphone, the bass he adds to it. And it says, I think we should play Petrovic to become a pro instead of wasting funds and goalkeeper. I don't think we're signing another goalkeeper. If we're signing any other goalkeeper, I don't think it would be one that will cost us that much. Anytime you talk about Sanchez, remember the owners basically threw him at Pochettino to be our number one goalkeeper less than a week before the season started. I think I agree. For me, I think a coach needs to go after the end of the season so we can bring in someone with better tactics. I really prefer bringing back Thomas Tuchel. That one, I don't know the possibility of it happening. I am willing to give Petrovic another season. I don't. Petrovic, I think he's an excellent goalkeeper in my opinion, and can only get better. He's still very young, and goalkeepers they say age like fine wine, and I think he would do even better for us. If a player is uh, okay, grabbing ball for penalties time and time again, it will happen. The booing is justified. The player better behave and move on. And Poch should stop educating and start performing. I think I agree. Just see, I am. Okay, fans did boo Lukaku. They just held back. they didn't. Okay, they just held back. I don't agree on booing players unless they are a true disease. Though it's counterproductive, very indeed. And this is the coach until we saw Petrovic in again in games. It was Poch who watched both goalkeepers in training. Are you sure Poch sees the obvious? Possibly. I'm not too sure what to make of that particular comment. Konstantin, I'm gonna type something in a private message to help me try a command there. Let's see if it was. Just give me a second. Let's see. It took Poch 6 months and Sanchez's injury to start Petrovic. Let me ask you, Mr. Bejo, if you're still there. You've heard the question I asked you. I think you were here when I asked Bobby the question on what a lot of people calling for us to sell Reece James again if he comes back and just keep only keep what's his name, Milo Gusto. And I told people I'm glad we have them both and we should just rotate them. Both are good. I think they differ, even though I have to say I can't quite put my hands on how they differ right now. But I think I'm happy we have them both. Let's hear your opinion on both players.
I agree with you, coach. We don't need to sell Raheem Sterling. I think what we need to do as a coach, just talk to both of them and then tell Reece James that we know your injury issues at the moment. We don't want to risk you. So we're going to rotate you with Malo Gusto so that you don't get injured again. And then they're both good. So no need to sell Raheem Sterling. I mean, sorry, Reece James. Sterling is in my mind. So
Yeah.
I think, yes. So I think we don't need to sell Reece James. It's one of the best right back if he's fit and available. We know that. So we should be careful what we wish for as fan base. Yes, at the moment, just having injury issues. If I was Chelsea at the moment, to be honest, Reece James, Lavia, Leslie, Nkunku don't play any games this season. Just recover and then see you next season because they are not getting fit. They're always getting injured all the time. So I think they need time to heal perfectly and then we're ready for the next season.
Yeah, there's a report here which says, according to that's Simon Phillips quoting Nizaki Salah, who says Raheem Sterling is ready to snub reports interest from Saudi Arabia this summer and is determined to win a big trophies with Chelsea. Yeah, that's is the language they use. He probably doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia and knows it would be difficult for Chelsea to sell him. So Chelsea's only option would be to have a conversation with him and try to terminate his contract so that we can reduce the wage bill overall. I think he knows that. Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And Constantine Dante, if you're there, I need your help with something there to try something. When did Vic join the conversation? Did I even see him? And Vic, have I said hello to you? I think I have. And Constantine Dante, I sent you a private message to help me test a new command there if you have time. So that one in this particular report here, Leslie saying, yep, Raheem Sterling's the comment following Raheem Sterling's apologies. One Chelsea fan say, bro, no need to apologize. That's Noni Maudeke telling Raheem Sterling that no need to apologize, that we appreciate you. And Noni Maudeke also did respond to one did respond to a Chelsea fan that said something there. Noni Maudeke told the Chelsea fans to be quiet. People like you are the issues. Wow, some comments. And can you do this? Yep, with all caps. Yeah, okay. So it doesn't matter. So Constantine Dante, why do you want Pochettino out? And what other manager would you like Chelsea to hire? So we're going to be creating a lot more commands, but only a few people will have access to that particular command. It's going to make the whole thing easier. It will make it seem as if we have a team here. And it's just I and some select few there that when they do that, they'll help make the load easier for me. Petrovic is good, a choice for us, very true. We don't need to sell our fullbacks. We don't need so. We need to sell Sterling to Saudi Arabia if he wants to leave. I would even take Taveo at this point, Vic, unless he wins and starts to perform. The pressure must be on. Yep, the pressure, I believe, is on. All we want to see in Chelsea win, not giving the fans hypertension, because sometimes, again, I'm almost dead watching. Wow. That's uncommon, right there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. I think we've come to the natural end of the show. No need trying to keep reading the manager's comment. It hasn't been helpful. But I appreciate you all for 31 likes and 1,087 views in the back end. We get a lot more views whenever we stream in the vertical version, but a lot less likes. Yep, to be more specific there. I don't know if you are in the chat. If you have any questions, drop it. We have about 5 minutes to round up. So, anything else you want to talk about? While we wait to see if anybody asks a question in the chat. It has to be pound sign, JC.
Yes.
It has to be pound sign, not exclamation mark. Go ahead.
Yes, I had a conversation between you and Bobby talking about Mauricio Pochettino improving players and stuff that he deserves another season. For me personally, if he put us in the Europa League or Conference League, I'll give him another season. And if not, I don't want to give him another season, because at the same time, as much I blame some players, I think he should be blamed too. Sometimes in game management is so poor, and then we don't need that at Chelsea because fans are frustrated. Just like, for example, the Mudryk substitution didn't go well with fans because Mudryk was playing well. I know Noni and Carney changed the game for us, and then we won the game. But come on, man, Misha was doing well, and then you took him off, and Sterling was off form, and then you kept him. So if you change both of them, I think maybe the fans would have at least liked it. But you left Sterling there, you kept Sterling and substitute Musha. Also, in terms of the games against Liverpool in the final, we should have at least won that final. In the extra time, we didn't do enough. So I think those little things do matters for Chelsea fans, and I think he needs to do more. In the semi-final, I don't know what will happen, but anyway, it's a 90 minutes, 11 against 11. Anything is possible. We just go to that game with a fighting mentality and go all out to win that game.
Yeah, let me ask you this: do you really think we can? Do you think we can beat Manchester City? I think. Let me say we can, but will we? I don't know. How about you? Do you think we can beat them?
Personally, it's a tough question, but I have to be honest. After seeing those two games we played against them, I think we can beat them if only we are clinical. That's the main issue I'm having. Even the first game and the last game we played against them, we are not clinical. So I think our attackers need to do more for us to win that game in the semi-final. But man, it's City, and I didn't want to face City now. And just in the final, I would say yes. But in the semi-final, it's a big task. But sometimes you have to be the best to be the best.
Yep, and thank you so much. We've come to the natural end of the show. I appreciate you. And once the show ends, you will be redirected to Tabeho's YouTube channel. Please, even if you're not going to stay, drop a like on the stream for him to help him garner more likes. And we appreciate you. And at least also subscribe to his YouTube channel if you haven't. Sincerely do appreciate that. Great show, legend coach, and we should improve our defense by hiring the new Brentford coach. We've hired him. He joins us at the end of the season. Yes, we can, bro. And okay, responding to JC there. Let's see. Stay up. And with that, we've come to the natural end of the show. And once again, thank you to all of you. I appreciate you all. Constantine, Dante, JC, Vic, all of you in the chat. Willie Blessed, and Bobby, who was here on the panel with me, and Tabea also. Thank you all. If I miss your name, apologies. I'm only a human being, a human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers. Big up,
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb. A new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play.